Hello and welcome to the Yoga Studies Institute. My name is Eva Kulich, and today we're going to be doing a 30-minute heart asana sequence. Heart yoga is an ancient system of yoga where we use meditation and visualization along with this expansive breathing and putting our body into asana to really open our subtle channels in our body, to open our hearts. And this really promotes good health and it fosters a happy, calm, joyful state of mind. Today, for our practice, we're going to be focusing on something that is really important to have in order to reach true happiness and total freedom as yogis. And that is that we're going to be doing an asana practice based on being free from painful mind states. That's going to be our focus today. So we need to be free from painful mind states in order to reach our highest freedom, our highest happiness. It makes total sense. We need to be free from the shame, the guilt. We need to be free from, feeling like we are not getting what we need, or we need to be free from anger and holding resentment towards others, jealousy, pride, you name it. These obstacles in our minds and our hearts prevent us from reaching our highest freedom. And as yogis, it's our goal to remove the obstacles so that we can be totally happy. And, people will smell it on us. They'll want to be like us. Everyone wants to be happy. So it's up to us. It's our responsibility to clear our hearts and our minds so that we can really be of service to others. So what is painful mind states? Well, I did mention like anger and stuff earlier, but how do we get rid of it? And that's a really good question. I'm no master myself, but I know that I'm completely different than what I was from last year and the year before and the year before. I'm working on removing my obstacles, and I know that it's completely possible for everybody. And so I invite you to come into a quick contemplation with me before we do our asana to get to the root cause of our painful mental states and cut the root cause so that we can begin to plant really beautiful seeds to reach our total happiness. So let's close our eyes and make sure that you have a tall seat. Uplift through the top of the head and root through the sit bones. Have a soft smile on your face. And we can understand, we can maybe go back to a situation where we were angry at someone or something. And that feeling that we have when we're angry at someone is that we feel like they're doing us wrong. We blame them for why we're feeling angry. We blame them for why they upset us. And the seed system really teaches us that we cannot receive anything unless we have given it first. So we cannot receive, an unpleasant person unless we've been an unpleasant person first. So that's okay. We don't have to guilt trip ourselves at all. We can just understand that, okay, this person is in front of me making me upset because I've made people upset in the past. And if we react and get angry at them back, then we're just planting more anger seeds. So what we need to do is soften our hearts, tap into our breath, and respond with kindness, however that looks. We just don't want to go into autopilot and yell back. And that's how we stop the root of our negative emotions, our painful mind states, because we prevent ourselves from planting that negative seed. And then we can plant our freedom, our true happiness seeds by offering that into our world and to ensure that other people are truly happy and free. Let's bring our hands to our heart and open our class with the sound of Om. We'll take an exhale to empty the lungs and inhale to Om. Slowly we can open our eyes and come into, if you're not already in a cross-legged position, we'll have our hands on our knees and we'll begin some Sufi grinds. So it's kind of like a cat-cow, but we're going in a big circular motion. So on our inhales, opening through the front body, and our exhales will come into a tuck, opening the back body. Taking your time here. Big, juicy, generous circles. And tapping into your capacity today, knowing your edge and playing within your edge so you can keep a joyful asana practice. If you're feeling a little tired and slow, maybe you know you need to relax a little more or heat it up a little more, whatever works for you. And then we'll change the crossing of our legs and go in the other direction. So every exhale, opening through the back body, tucking the chin into the chest, and then inhale, opening the front body, opening the throat. Big circles. And gently release that. And then we'll bind our hands onto our knees, lock the elbows, raise the crown up towards the ceiling as we twist over to the left. And really lock the right elbow against the right knee so that we can really lever ourselves into this twist. Deep breaths. Inhale, coming up, back to center. We'll change the crossing of our legs and go on the other side, locking the left hand against the left knee, that elbow's locked, twisting towards the right. And it's this wisdom, understanding where things come from that really help us create our true happiness. Coming back to center, and let's make our way to our hands and knees. So rooting down through the hands, the shoulders are directly above the hands, and the knees are hip width apart, toes curled under. And we're going to begin by lifting the left arm forward, pushing the right leg back, coming into this core balance pose. Holding here, smile. And we can, start our seed planting in our own bodies. We can feel into any sort of pain or tension we have. And instead of reacting to it, we can just offer it our soothing love, our soothing breath. On our exhales, come into a tuck. You can bring elbow to knee or knee to forehead, and then inhale up. We'll do that 5 more times using the breath. Holding here. And gently release. Other side. Lifting the left leg behind us, right arm in front of us, holding here. Offering this wisdom into our world so people can truly stop their pain. And then exhale, we'll bring the knee to forehead and inhale up. Exhale. 4 more. Holding here. Smile and release. Walk the hands forward, curl the toes back, lift the hips and prepare for downward facing dog. Taking a deep breath here. Walking one heel down at a time, rooting through the bases of the middle finger, pointer finger, and thumb. Really reach the sit bones up and back. Relaxing the head. Then from here, let's shift our weight forward into plank pose. Walking through the legs. Legs are engaged. The sit bones are knitting together, tailbone tucked. Push the mat away from you. So you dome the upper back and then straighten through the back of the neck. Lengthen the crown in front of you. Smile here. And exhale back to down dog. Inhale to plank. And exhale back to down dog. Inhale to plank. One more time. Hold here for 3, 2, and 1. Let's exhale back to down dog. And then inhale, come into plank, just bringing the shoulders above the wrists. Lift the hips up as we begin to tiptoe our feet into Uttanasana, forward fold. Inhale, lifting the crown, and exhale, fold. Let's do that a few more times, really letting the breath open the body. Inhale, lift, and exhale, fold. Inhale, lift, and exhale, coming down. And then slowly, let's walk our inner ankle points, inner knee points together, sitting down into our imaginary chair as we sweep the hands on the mat, lifting up into Utkatasana, chair pose. Holding here. Bring your hands into prayer, and we'll twist at our belly over to the right, bringing the left elbow on the outside of the right knee. Hands in prayer, pushing into one another, making sure that the forearms are vertical. Here, I'll turn around so you could see me. Just like that. Breathing deep, stay here, feeling the heat, making sure that one knee isn't in front of the other. So look ahead and bring the left leg back. Try not to lose your balance. If you do, that's okay. Be patient with yourself. Be compassionate. Beautiful. Touch the hands down. Shift the weight forward and press back to downward facing dog. Inhale to plank pose. Exhale, coming down, knees, chest, and chin. Sit bones are floating in the air. And then inhale, lift the heart up into cobra, rolling the shoulders up, back, and down. Let the elbows be heavy. Legs are strong. Open the throat. And exhale back to down dog. Shift your weight into plank. And then tiptoe your feet back to Uttanasana. Nice. And then sweep the hands up, back into chair pose. Bring the hands into prayer. Twisting your belly to the left. And then gently bring the outside of the right elbow to the outside of the left knee. Coming into your chair, twisted chair. Press your prayer hands together so that the prayer hands are at the level of the heart and that the forearms are vertical. Breathe here, smile. Shift the weight forward as you look forward and then touch back with the right leg. So you're in this twisted, extended side angle. Touch down with the hands. Shift the weight forward as you float the left leg back into down dog. Inhale to plank pose. And exhale, coming down. Inhale, cobra or upward facing dog. And exhale, downward facing dog. Take a deep inhale. And exhale. Good job, everybody. Inhale the left leg up. And exhale. Bring the left knee to the left elbow. Hover it at the left wrist, the right wrist, the right elbow. Step it in between the hands and come up into high lunge. Offering this purifying heat in the body to remove painful mind states in our world with this wisdom. Let's isolate the core here. Hold your imaginary beach ball in front of you and do some twists side to side. Side to side, nice and still in the lower body. Keep that knee tracking over the second front toe. And then bringing the arms up. Let's hop our right foot up and over the left, coming into eagle pose, Garudasana. And we'll bring the right arm over the left, bringing the hands into prayer in front of us. Try to bring the elbows at the level of the heart. Breathing deeply here, getting deep into your hip creases. Lengthen the legs, but keep that right leg floating. As you press back, keep the eagle arms as you come into warrior 3. Smile. Touch down with the hands, bend both knees as you come into standing split. You can have one hand bound on the ankle if you want, or both hands. Keep reaching, getting deep into the left hip crease and reach the right foot up towards the sky. And then exhale, coming down, bringing the right knee behind and over to the left. And we're in perfect position for Ardha Matsyendrasana. Well done, everybody. It's good to bring the heat. So let's lengthen the right leg. Bring the left hand behind you. Inhale the right arm up, get tall, and exhale. Squeeze the knee in towards the armpit as you twist over to the left. Smile here. We can remember, even our yoga class and feeling good in a yoga class or bad. I hope you don't feel bad, but feeling good in a yoga class comes from our good seeds. It comes from taking care and making others feel good. So be happy for that and offer this wisdom into our world through our breath, through the heart's light. And then gently come out of the twist, and you can face the other direction. And let's make our way back into downward facing dog. Let's do a vinyasa. Lovely. And then let's float the right leg up. And then bring right knee to right elbow, right wrist, left elbow. Step in between the hands as you bring the weight up into this high lunge. Hold your beach ball and begin the twists. Smiling here. Beautiful. Bring the arms up. And then we're going to hop the left foot forward, preparing for eagle pose, Garudasana. So the left leg will go over top of the right bent leg. And we'll have the left arm above the right as we bind. Smile here. Hold this focus like an eagle, soaring through the sky. Have this focus to free yourself and your world from harmful, painful states of mind. And then slowly from here, release the pose and keep that left leg floating as we bring it back to warrior three. Keep the Garuda arms. Holding here. Release the pose, the arms. And then we're going to bend both legs and prepare for standing split. So get deep into the right hip crease. Try to keep that right leg straight. And lift the left leg up towards the ceiling. Maybe you want to play with one hand bind, two hand bind on the ankle. And when you're done, bend both knees again. The left leg goes to the right, behind the front right leg. As we sit back into Ardha Matsyendrasana with the left leg extended. Well done, everybody. That was fun. Okay, so the right hand behind you, left arm up, and hug the knee in towards the chest. On your inhale, lengthen through the crown, and exhale, twist. Offer any bliss that you feel in your heart to your world, for them to open their channels, their hearts, to know wisdom and to fully love other people. And if you have any sort of tension or contracted state of mind, emotion in the body, you can feel your love light there, softening and opening that space. A few more breaths. Make sure you're smiling. And then twist in the other direction. And gently, let's make our way into downward facing dog. Inhale to plank pose. Coming down, vinyasa, upward facing dog or cobra, to downward facing dog. And from here, let's bring the knees down onto the mat. And we'll prepare for Ustrasana, camel pose. So I like to have the toes curled under, the hands pointing upward in the low back. Roll the shoulders up, back, and down to really get the hand placement right. And what's really important is that we tuck the tailbone and push the hips forward. This protects the lower back. Keep tucking the tailbone, knitting the sit bones together as you roll the shoulders up and back and down and offer the heart to the sky. The heart offers first here as you press the pelvis forward. Opening the throat back only if the heart is higher than the head. And exhale, release the pose, making your way slowly into child's pose as a counter pose to the low back. Take a deep inhale and exhale, sigh it out. Letting the nervous system relax. It's much easier to understand seeds and wisdom when the nervous system's relaxed. But we also want to train ourselves when we do feel some cortisol, that stress hormone, to, get wisdom. Practice makes perfect in that regard. Let's bring the legs forward. Inhale, reach up. And exhale, hinge at the hips, reaching the hands to the feet, beside the knees, whatever works for you. We're just getting deep into the hip creases, reaching the belly for the thighs, breathing deeply here. Opening the back of the hamstrings, the lower back. The toes are pointing back towards you. It requires a lot of patience to, remember wisdom when we're having, a painful moment or a negative emotion. We have to be patient with ourselves. Know that it'll pass. Inhale, reach forward, lift the arms up, and have the arms behind you, preparing for Purvottanasana. Roll the shoulders up and back. Have the knees bent or straight. As we inhale, lift the hips up towards the ceiling. And release the pose. And we're going to prepare for Shavasana, but we have one more pose left to do, Navasana. So lift the feet up, roll the shoulders up, back, and down, and clasp the hands behind you, elbows bent. Clasp the hands in front of you, elbows bent. And we're just going to do some Kapalabhati breathing. So it's a forceful exhale with an automatic reflexive inhale. And we'll twist side to side like this. Make sure your smile, your face is relaxed. Slowly make your way down to a canoe, but keep going. Smile. When you're in canoe, maybe you want to bring the arms overhead. And exhale, release and relax into your final Shavasana. So let the feet be mat width apart. Roll the shoulders up, back, and down. Let the skull completely relax. Let the body soften and be yielding here. As you let go into full relaxation, letting the body integrate your practice. And slowly begin to wiggle your fingers and toes. Rock your head side to side, yes and no. Waking the body. Bring the feet together and then bring the arms together overhead along the floor. Take a deep inhale and stretch long. And exhale, bring the knees in towards the chest. Give yourself a loving hug. Rocking side to side. Coming onto your left side. And make your way up to a tall and seated position. Bringing the hands at heart center. And just take a moment to be super happy for your practice today, for your knowledge, for your wisdom. Understanding that, we planted some really powerful seeds with this practice today, with our breath, with our bodies, our minds. And we'll offer all the benefits of our practice to our world to remove painful states of mind. So let's exhale fully and inhale to Om. May our thoughts and our actions contribute to the happiness and freedom of all beings. Thank you so much for joining me today. I loved practicing with you, and I hope to see you next time. Namaste.